Okay, so here the agenda for today's session, what we are going to discuss. Yesterday we had this started our discussion on what is cloud, what are all the various types of cloud. So here, how to connect with cloud AWS. In terms of AWS, we discussed with the infrastructure. Okay, so how AWS organizes the data center. We have discussed about regions, availability zones, and edge locations. The agenda for today's session. So we are going to start our discussion on how to create a Linux instance. In this case, we are, as yesterday, we are going to create a Ubuntu instance, and how to provide security, how to control the access while connecting with this Linux instance. Also, we are going to deal with these storages. Then we have 5 types of storages. Here we are going to deal with the storage by name EBS. Okay. So this is the agenda for this today's session. So as we have discussed yesterday, if you want to launch an instance, whether it is a Linux or it is a Windows, whatever may be, here it is a 9-step process. Okay, so it is a 9-step process of launching the instance. Here, what we need to do, so we wanted the step 1, we need to choose the AMI. AMI is the very basic building block, which is nothing but Amazon machine images. We have discussed about these Amazon machine images. Class no, 1 minute okay, Devops class. AMI stands for Amazon machine image. We have discussed about 4 types of AMI, that is the public AMI and the private AMI, or then third type of AMI, AMI from marketplace, and fourth type of AMI, AMI from communities. So this is the basic building block. Okay, so here according to your need, whether you are looking for Linux or Windows or looking for any particular databases, you want to choose this AMI. Second, we discussed about this instance. In terms of instance has been concerned, there are 5 types of instances. According to our application need, you need to choose the instance. Okay, so here in terms of instance category, we have on-demand instance, we have spot instance, discussed about on-demand, spot, registered instance, and dedicated instance. These are all the 4 types that we discussed about. While launching the instance, in terms of the instance configuration has been concerned, okay, according to your application need, you need to choose the configuration. Here the configuration here refers to the CPU, RAM, and the storage. With respect to this configuration, we have categorized into a general purpose Amazon. With respect to Amazon, we have general purpose instance, which is having an even distribution of CPU, RAM, and storage. And if your application is in need of huge computing, then compute optimized. You want to choose compute optimized instance. For example, if you are working with some image processing applications, if you are working with some graphical intense applications, here you need to have more number of CPU. So you need to go for compute optimized. And then if you need a huge storage, you need to go for a storage optimized, like data warehousing applications, big data applications is in need of huge storage. Then memory optimized. If you are working with applications which need a more memory, example Apache Spark, in-memory databases like Apache Spark, you need to go for a memory optimized. So what is the difference between these things? In compute optimized, the number of CPUs will be more. In storage optimized, you can have more hard disk. In memory optimized, you can have more RAM memory. And another instance called GPU, graphic processing instance. If you are looking for some image analytics, okay, so such as deep learning or artificial neural network, if our application is going to deal with those sort of a framework, then for that you need to have a special processor called graphic processing unit. These are all the things that we have discussed in our yesterday session. Now today we are going to discuss about what are all the steps that we did while launching a instance. and we will have end-up discussion of all those things. Okay, let I now connect with my AWS account, www.aws.amazon.com. So what you need here is, if you want to set up a new account, you need a credit card. Okay, you need a credit card. So here you can click on create a free account, and you need a valid email ID. That's all. Click on create a free account. Then you need to provide an email address, the password for your email, and the confirm password. Then AWS, okay, account name, you can choose your name. So then you need to continue with this. So let I choose a email address, Raman Sridhanga, but it is already
So
accepted.
hi Raman, how much we have to pay?
2 rupees.
Oh, 2 rupees per day or per month?
No, only for your initial creating your account, you need to pay 2 rupees. Then that 2 rupees will be refunded to you within 2 weeks. Then
Okay, after that,
according
annual.
afterwards, according to your utilization, how much that you are using, consuming the resources, accordingly you need to pay for.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
here for all our practice, you can make use of a free instance. We can get 12 months of free tier access for all EC2 storage, everything that you can get it free. We can complete the entire course with the entire hands-on with this free access. No need to pay even a single rupees.
Oh, okay,
So
fine.
this activation is valid for 12 months, right,
Yeah,
Raman?
for 12 months it will be free.
So after 12 months, how much you have to pay?
So after 2 months, you drop this account, you create another new account, and you can continue for 12 months.
No, if you want extra resources like CPU and other things.
Yeah, accordingly you need to pay. So here, this is the here. I will let you know today how much that you need to
Okay.
pay for each and everything. Each and everything, it depends how much of storage capacity that you are using, how much of resources that you are using. Accordingly, you need to pay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So after that, after providing your account, so it will opt for whether you are looking for a professional or personal. You choose this personal. Okay. So you want to specify your other details. Okay. Like phone number. So you want to specify other details, and at the end it prompts you for a card. Okay. Address. At the end. Okay. So you will be prompted for your credit card. Okay, so some debit card that they will accept, and now all credit cards they will accept. So credit card number,
Oh,
expiration date, card holder name, that's all. After that the account
okay.
will be created. Okay, that's all. This is the way by which you need to create your account. Okay, very simple. After that you can make a AWS sign in. So once the account has been created, so you can make a sign in by simply go to my account, go to www.aws.amazon.com, which is the site URL. Then go to my account. Under my account, you can click AWS Management Console. Click on AWS Management Console. It will take you to the account. Now it prompts you for the sign in username. You want to type the username that you have registered there. on the password credential. Okay, that's all. So it will land it in your services. So you can make use of any service that you like. Now we are going to make use of a service called EC2. Yesterday itself we had discussed about this EC2, what is EC2 and the associated things. Now these are all the currently running instance. You can find one instance that is running, click on instances. So here all other instances have been stopped, only one instance have been running here. Okay, so if you want to choose the data center, if you want to go up with the data center, simply click on the data center that you are interested. For example, you are looking for Asia Pacific Singapore, click on Singapore data center and it will land you on the Singapore data center. Okay, now you can find no instances is running in the Singapore data center. So if you want to create, you can create an instance as of your own. Okay, so any data center that you can choose. The prefix here, a small dash symbol, a prefix to this data center will indicate to which data center that currently you got connected. You can connect with any data center. So if it is a Singapore data center instance, now you can find the Singapore data center containing two availability zones. Probably it will be having two availability zones. Okay, when you click on the instance, now you can find these are all the instance that is available. Then the price will vary, okay, accordingly. So the if you want to look for the price tag, you see to :info. Okay,
The account is common for all the data center or is specific for
no.
the center?
Account is common for all the data center. You can choose any data center as of you like, but the
That
price
means
will vary. So the price will,
that means the account which I have created
yeah,
is common for all the data center,
yeah,
and at the same time I can create instances in any of the data centers, right?
yes, you can create at any data center.
Okay, yeah.
So accordingly, you need to pay for. Now,
Fine, yeah.
yeah, see, these are all the so just now loading. Kindly wait for a while. So here it will list all the prices. Okay, so you can find out that you can choose the region, you can choose the data center. So EC2 pricing.net. Okay, you can look into the sites. This sites containing enough information, how much that we need to pay for. For each and every instance it differ. Okay, now you can find here you can choose the data center. Here this is the data center, and then here you can find on-demand instance, reserved instance. Okay, so these are all the instances. Spot instance while bidding you can go for. So here we can find the C1 medium containing 2 CPU and 1.7 GB of RAM and with 350 GB of hard disk. With this on demand means the price is 0.13. If it is reserved means it will more or less 0.03, but you need to pay minimum. You want to reserve you can find 1 year. For 1 year you need to pay upfront $405 that you need to pay. We can go for price per hour, price per day, price per week, any filtration. Okay, you can go up with so 1 year, 2 year, everything. Then if you want to choose the data center, it is the option of choosing data center. If you are looking for the Singapore data center, now you can find on demand is 0.13, which is in US East. If it is Singapore, it will vary. It is 0.16. It depends upon that particular country's billing policies. It depends upon the particular country's taxing policy. Okay, so this varies. What you need and which data center. Then, if you are looking for Windows, Linux, apart from that Windows, then you can choose Windows, and all the Windows supported Windows will be listed here. So these are all the ways by which you can get the needed information. Yes. Now let me move on to our discussion. Let me close this. Now what we are going to do? So we are going to launch a machine in North Virginia itself. Then laterly you can launch at any locations. Okay, first I want to choose AMI. So here I am going to choose anything. Let I choose my Ubuntu server. Here, Ubuntu server. The next step what I need to do, I want to choose the instance type. Okay, my instance type, as I told, according to my application's need, I need to choose my instance type. These are all the instance: general purpose, compute optimized, GPU, memory and storage optimized. I am going to choose for all our practical purpose. It is recommended to go up with a general purpose micro instance. So you no need to pay for the instance. This instance you can make it the instance free of cost. You no need to pay anything. You guys also choose this instance. Okay, I have chosen this instance. Then next step, I need to configure the instance. Here I need to specify the number of computers that I need to go for. So here if I need 2 computers, I can make it as 2. If I need 20, I can make it as 20. So here the number of instances specifies how many computers that you are going to launch. Then here this corresponds to IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. Okay, so it is used for user level access control. IAM is meant for user level access control. Who can access the resource, when he can access the resource, what are all the activity that he can do with the resource. Everything can be controlled by IAM. And then if you want to monitor your resources for your CPU utilization, for your memory utilization, for your incoming traffic, then you need to invoke this CloudWatch. CloudWatch is one service which is used to monitor the resource utilization. Okay, so here these are other things are out of focus for our discussion. Now what we need to focus here, the number of instances alone that we need to aware of. Okay, I have chosen one instance, and next I need to add the storage. If I have chosen this micro instance, by default 8 GB of storage will be allocated. Okay, if you want within this 8 GB, you can make it as free. If you want 10 GB, yes, that is possible, but you need to pay for that. So the free tier, if you want to make use of the free tier, you want to use the same set of resources that is provided. If you add any other thing, then that will come out of the free tier and you want to pay for that. I am going to make use of the same 8 GB of hard disk. Next, adding tag. Tag is nothing but identifying your instance, adding a logical name to your instance. Click on add tag. Then in that you want to specify a name. That it need to be represented as a key and value pair. Name. The value is, let me make it as Singapore server 2. We have already created a one, Singapore server 2. Okay. The next important thing is configuring security group. What is security group? So you have launched your instance in a public cloud like Amazon. Okay. So here there is a possibility others also can share the particular space. You have launched the instance. In a public cloud. Okay. So being it is public, other peoples can have a easy access to other instances. Some other guys may have launched their instances in the same server. Okay, so here all the instances may be launched under the same server. This is your physical server. So on top of it, multiple guys may launch your instance. Okay, so what you need to do, you want to give protection to your instance so that others should not be access it. You can provide protection to your instance either based upon your network address, from which network if the request come need to be given permission. You can specify a port address, from which port you can restrict the access. Okay, you specify a network address, you specify a port address, you can specify a host address, a single machine. Okay, these are all the 3 major criteria based upon you can allow or you can deny the traffic. Okay, you can write a rule in such a manner that whether if the traffic comes from this particular network address. For example, you guys are working, you have launched one database server. Okay, let me imagine you launched one database server. So this, you peoples are working from your Singapore. So this is the office network that currently associated. I think so you belongs to some XYZ. This is your network. This network may have an address. Example, 150.100.10.1. This is the address of your network. So here the database server, if it need to be provided a connection only if the request comes from any one of the computer, means what I can do, I need to write a script in such a manner that allow the request if it receives from the particular address. So I will, where I need to specify this sort of thing, I need to specify this sort of thing in the security group. I mean,
Hello.
yes, sir. So I can also.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Raman. I have a query
Yeah. Yes.
regarding the port number here. Will there be any default port number open for any instance of here?
No. All the port by default will be closed. By default, when you launch an instance, if it is a Linux, port number 22 will be opened by default. You need to close it. If you don't want anyone to access, we will play with this. No issue. I will try with the various options and let you know how to allow and how to deny. If it is a Linux instance, you need to make a connection using SSH, secure cell. That is the port. Yes?
What is that?
Yes.
What is that? What?
SSH port, whose port number is 22. So for Linux, any Linux instance, if you want to make a connection with Amazon, you can make a connection using SSH port. Yes, do you have any question?
That's it, Raman. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, okay. So here, this is the use of this security group. Okay, security group is nothing but a firewall. You can add rules accordingly. I will let you know how to add rules and how we can allow or deny. These are all the way by which I can permit or deny. I want only this instance need to be accessible from the computer where I launched. That is, currently I am working with my laptop. From this laptop, I got connected with the Amazon cloud and launched an instance. So I can also restrict in such a manner. Instead of this network address, I can specify a particular host. Only if a request comes from this host only, then need to give an access permission. If not, it need to be denied. Like I can specify allow or deny based upon the above set. Okay. So this is called security group. So here you can specify a security group name. Okay, let me say Singapore instance, Singapore Ubuntu SG security group. Okay, so what you say, so here this is the rule. This rule specifies that under the protocol TCP you have this the following protocols. Okay, you have SSH, SMTP, DNS, HTTP, POP3. Here you are allowing a connection if it comes through SSH only. Okay, and then the port address is 22. Then we have the option here. You can make connection from anywhere. If you have chosen anywhere, now the instance that you have launched here, this is the instance that you have launched in a public cloud. Okay, you can connect from any computer, not only from Singapore. You can connect from India, a computer from India. You can connect it from a computer from US. So there is no restriction if you have chosen anywhere. Okay, so automatically the address will be assigned as 0.0.0. Then the second option, custom. If you want the restriction need to be made based upon a particular network. Here in this example, if you want to provide a restriction only belonging to the computer associated with this network, you need to specify the network address. Here under the custom, you need to specify the network address. The third option, my IP, means only from the computer. So this is my computer's IP address. From which computer I launch the instance. From that computer only I can make a communications. These are all the three possible ways by which I can specify my source, and then I can specify the protocol. Okay, I will let you know one by one. For our simplicity, let me make it you can connect from anywhere. Okay, so here you can either create a new security group, or if you have existing security group with the needed rules, you can select the existing security group. It is up to your choice. Okay, if you have already have a security group which contains the rule, that rule need to be applied here for your instance, you can make use of it. Being it is new,
Excuse me. Hello, Raman.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, Kumar here. I have a query. But
yes, Kumar.
the request, all the requests should come from Linux machine only, right? Because we have specified that SSH and TCP port
Yeah,
range is
yeah.
22. That means the request should come from
No,
Linux
no,
machine.
no. The here SSH is the port listening for Linux machine. The request made to a Windows machine or a Linux machine doesn't matter. The
It may be
source
for Windows
machine,
as well, right?
source machine, it may be a Windows or it may be a Linux, doesn't matter. Here, this is the target
Okay.
machine. The target machine is listening at the port 22. If any
Okay.
person try to make a connection through port 22, it will permit. Okay. Yeah. If it is Windows, then that it will be a port RDP. The protocol is RDP. I also let you know. Remote desktop protocol. It will have its own port number 3306.
Okay.
Now my laptop is equipped with only Windows. So this is my desk, my wife's laptop. It is equipped with only Windows 7 only. Okay. So from this I am going to make a connection. Yes. So next, what we did, security group, we have chosen the AMI, we have chosen Ubuntu, and instance type, we have chosen what type of instance, a micro instance, and we have configured instance under which we have specified only one instance, and in storage we keep the 8 GB of hard disk by default. We assign a name to the instance, and we have configured the security group. The name of the security group is Singapore Ubuntu SG, which permits any connection coming with through the port number SSH will be permitted. Now review and launch. Okay, if you want to do any alteration, you can do. If not, you can launch. It will list all the things that you have selected. If you want to do any change, that you can change. If not, you launch it. Now another important thing. So here it will provide the second level of security. It will create a key pair. A key pair consists of a public key and a private key. Okay, here the public key will be retained by the Amazon. Okay, and Amazon will retain the public key, and the private key will be given to us. So whenever I try to make a connection with the instance, what happened here is it will authenticate me based upon my private key. Okay, so to make you understand, so let me take this. You guys have worked with the bank lockers. Bank lockers, you have in our bank locker, you have two keys in your bank. This is a bank locker. Okay, so you have multiple lockers in your bank, so it contains two keys. So one key will be retained by the manager of the bank. Then another key will be given to you. So as myself Raman. So here for all these lockers, the one key is common. For all the locker, one key is common. Okay. So that key is maintained by the manager. Then we have a separate keys. For example, is Kumar is having an account. Then for Kumar, a key will be given for Kumar. Okay, so if another guy, Paul is having an account, okay, for Paul, a key will be given to the Paul. Here, this key that is maintained by the manager is a common key, is called a public key. Okay, so this key is called private key given to the user. So if Raman want to access the valuables in his locker, so Raman want to provide the key, manager inserts the key, Raman also insert the key. If and only if both the key matches, then the locker will be opened. If there is a mismatch, then the locker won't be opened. So how manager authenticate that Raman is a legitimate user? If Raman possesses the key associated with the locker, manager recognize that Raman is a legitimate user. we can permit Raman to access. Similarly, what Amazon do, it create two keys. One is a public key. You can make public key as k of u, and private key can be represented as k of r. It will create two keys, one public key and another private key. So the public key will be retained by the Amazon data center, and private key will be given to the user. So each and every time when a user try to make a connection to the instance launch, the user need to submit his private key, and the private key is matched with the public key. If and only if the private key matches with the public key, then the particular user can be considered as a legitimate user, and he will be permitted access to the instance. If a user lost his key, if the key got corrupted, even though he is the owner of the instance, he won't be given permission. You want to, if you lose the key or if the key is corrupted. So this is the, here what I am going to do. Here there are three options. Okay, first I can create a new key pair, and I can make use of the key pair for all my instance. Else, if I want to have a separate key pair for each and every instance, I can go for that, and I can proceed without a key pair. Okay, so proceeding without the key pair is not a recommended thing. Also because here you won't be having enough security permissions. If you specify proceed without key, you can make a direct connection. I will let you know in some scenarios where you need to proceed without a key pair. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are creating a new key pair. Click on create new key pair. So you want to specify a new key pair. I can make it a Singapore is the key pair. Click on download key pair. Then a key pair by name sing.pem. PM stands for privacy enhanced certificate. So in folder, so this is the key pair. You open. This is the key. You can find the key. Okay, they uses RS algorithm. Is it visible? Even if there is a change in the single character, you can't do anything. You keep the key safe. Okay, so here save as the same thing under the desktop. Okay, you close the key. So now what happened? The key by name Sing has been created and you are downloaded. Then launch the instance. Now view the instance. Now your instance got launched. Singapore server 2, which is in the pending state. It took around 10 to 15 seconds to come to the running state. Now we can verify from pending state, it will now come into the running state. Okay, so if you click on this instance, these are all the associated properties. Okay, each and every instance will have a unique ID. Okay, this is the ID assigned by Amazon. The instance state, which is in a running state. The type of instance you got chosen is micro instance. Okay, here the security group associated with the instance is Singapore Ubuntu SG. Okay, so if you want to view the rules of security groups, you can simply click on the security group. Under this tag, you can find you have security groups. Click on security groups and you can choose what rule is specified here. Accordingly, the permission will be given. So you can find a key. This is the name of the key. SING is the name of the key. Okay, so the launch time of the instance is February 11, 4:54 p.m. This is the launch time. Okay, so these are all some of the properties associated with the instance. How you can make a connection with the instance? Okay, for that you can make use of either a IP public address, or you can make use of this DNS address. Any one of these two address you can make use of it. So here you have launched the instance in the Amazon public cloud. So here what Amazon did, Amazon provides you a public key and a private key. Okay, I mean you launch your instance. This is your Ubuntu instance. Okay, here the instance that you launched in the Amazon data center. So you are going to, I am trying to connect from my laptop. Okay, currently I am in Madurai. What Amazon did? Amazon provided two keys, one key, public key, which is retained at the data center, and it provided the private key. So here the key provided by Amazon is .pem format. PEM stands for Privacy Enhanced Mail Certificate. Privacy Enhanced Mail Certificate. So here, how I can make a connection? So this is the Amazon dashboard. Here it is launched. Okay, from my desktop or from my laptop, how I can establish a connection? For that, I need a utility called putty. I can make use of a utility like putty. Okay, so putty is a freely downloadable utility. You can download putty from putty.org. Go to this URL www.putty.org. From putty.org, you can download the putty. Okay, you can have an option download putty here. Click on, you can download putty here. Then according to your machine, whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit, you need to choose. Here you can find putty.exe, 32 and 64. I am downloading, my machine is 64-bit, I have downloaded putty.exe. So I need another thing, puttygen, another file called puttygen. So putty, I will let you know what is the use of puttygen. Also download puttygen. Now I have putty as well as puttygen. So open the folder and copy both the thing, putty and puttygen. Right click, copy, and you paste in your desktop. Both the key you paste in your desktop. Okay, now you have putty and puttygen. So what is the, you know what is the use of putty? Okay, to connect with the remote computer. So here from your desktop or from your laptop to make a connection with any remote computer. Here the Amazon, the computer that you have launched in Amazon data center is in USA. You are currently in India. If you want to make a connection with this particular computer, you can make use of a tool putty. Okay, so here you can see how a putty will look like. So double click putty, under which okay, it prompts you for the host name. Under the host name, what I need to do, I need to specify the host name of my instance. Okay, this is the EC2. This IP, this instance, I need to specify either a public IP address or DNS. I need to specify under the host name. Okay, so here it can find, it listens with the port number 22. And after that, what I need to do, I need to authenticate. So click on how to make an authentication. Okay, so click on SSH. Under SSH you have authentication and you need to choose the key. Here I want to do one thing here. The key generated by Amazon is in .pem format. Whereas I am going to make use of a third party tool like putty. Putty doesn't aware of this PM format. The putty will know only if the key is in .ppk format. PPK stands for putty private key format. Putty private key format. So what I need to do, the key which is generated by Amazon, that is PEM, need to be converted into PPK. How you can convert? For that you want to use puttygen. So I had downloaded two things, one is putty and another one is puttygen. Then the use of puttygen is, if you want to make use of a third party tool like putty to connect with the instance you launched in Amazon, then you need the key need to be converted into a putty known format. So for that, how you can convert the key? So for that you need a tool. That tool is puttygen. Okay, am I making sense? If you have any doubt, please let me know. So which key I am having a key by name sync.pem. I need to convert the key sync.pem into sync.ppk, singapore.ppk. For this conversion, I am going to use puttygen. Yes, how to convert? Okay, this is the way by which I can convert. Okay, so double click puttygen, double click puttygen, click on run. So there are two options. One is generate and another one is load. So load existing private key. Click on load. Here where I maintained my private key. This is my private key. I maintained in my desktop. Click on desktop. It won't list anything here. Also because the file name here is listing only .ppk file. Click here and choose all files. Now you can find the sync.pem file is listed here. Click, choose the file and open. OK. Now click save private key. Or you want to save this key without a passphrase? Yes. Now you can save the key sync.ppk. You want to write the name sync.ppk in the same desktop. Click on save. Then after that you can find a key by name sync.ppk has been generated from sync.pem. You can close this. This is the way by which I need to convert the key from .pem format into .ppk format. Now my machine is ready. Okay, I can make it. You can find whether if machine is ready or not by getting this 2x2 check green light. Okay, if there is any problem here, it won't list a green symbol, it will list a red symbol. It shows it is error. Okay, now my machine is ready. How I can make a connection? Choose this address, starts from E up to the M. Right click, copy the address and go to putty. Double click putty, run the putty. Now under the host name you want to paste the address. Under the host name you want to paste the address. Now you want to be authenticated. How you can authenticate? Click on SSH. Click the plus symbol of SSH. Click plus symbol. Then under which there are lot of tags. You want to choose authentication, AUTH. Here AUT, click on AUTH. Now a browse window will open. Click browse. Here you want to give your key sync.ppk. Click on choose the key. Click open and click open. Now yes. Click on yes. Now login as default username is Ubuntu. Click Ubuntu. Now you can find it is authenticating with the public key. Okay, I will make it a change settings, appearance, change, bold. Is it clear now?
Yes,
it's clear.
it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is my Ubuntu machine that I launched. Okay, so by using putty, I got connected to my Ubuntu machine. Whereas this is my Windows machine. Okay, this is the Windows machine. Currently, I am sitting in front of it. This is the Ubuntu machine that I launched. Now, what I do? I captured the Ubuntu machine screen on my Windows machine, and I work with this Ubuntu machine. The present working directory, it shows home Ubuntu. Else, it will list all the files. I can create a file, touch the file name. I can create a file by name Kumar TOUCH. So it will create a file. Click on ls. Now you can find a file is created. Okay, anything that you can do with this. So you can open a VI editor, sudo. Okay, VI. Let I create a file by name Raman. So yes, insert welcome Raman to Amazon cloud. I can type anything. Okay. Escape colon WQ to save the file. Yes, now you can find ls Kumaran Raman. Okay, if you want to view the hard disk, sudo fdisk-l will list you the hard disk. Now the hard disk device is 8 GB hard disk that is attached. So these are all the ways. Actually, what I am doing here. So I am connected with the Ubuntu machine. I launched in this Amazon data center and I am working with the machine. Okay, is it making sense what I did so far? This is the Ubuntu machine. Actually, I am sitting in front of my laptop, but as if that it seems I am sitting in front of the Ubuntu server, which I launched in this Amazon data center US. I am working with the machine from this laptop itself. Okay, so this is the way by which I can create a system in my data center and I can make a connection. Here, what are all the things that I need? From my side, I need the following two utilities. I need a putty to make a connection. I need a putty gen if I am going to make use of a putty, okay, to make the key into PM format into a PPK format. So apart from that, I don't need any other thing. Okay. For authenticating, each and every time I need to specify my key. If I have given a wrong key, if my key got corrupted, even though I am the owner, it won't give me permission. So before proceeding in further, if you have any doubt with respect to what we have discussed, now what I am going to show you. So here I am going to install an operating system. I am going to install a database. So I can do anything as of I like. I am going to install a Java and let you know how to run a Java program. And laterly, I am going to install a web server and I am going to install a database, MySQL, anything. These are all the things. After that, we are going to add or remove rules in our security group, so that by which we can either allow or deny. These are all the activity that we are going to do. Now, let us check whether I am having Java or not. Let us check whether I am having Java or not. Simply type Java space hyphen version. Now the Java is not found. Please you mute guys yourself, it will be disturbing. Okay, you don't unmute. So now how to install Java? First command sudo I need to update apt-get update. So before installing anything, whether it is a language or whether it is a database, anything, what you need to do, you want to connect with this Ubuntu repository maintained by these community peoples to update your system with the needed patches and the needed dependency packages. Okay, the sudo apt-get update, you can find it, make a connection with the Ubuntu server and it will download the needed packages which is not at all present in your system. Okay, so after that I need to install Java. Sudo apt-get install open jdk -8 -jdk. So let I install open jdk. Yes, you just look how fast that it is installing. Maximum within 30 to 35 seconds it will complete its installation. Yes, now Java got installed. Now let I check here. Java space hyphen version. Now you can find OpenJDK version has been installed here. Where it will be installed? Under user, you have a lib folder. Okay, under user you have a lib folder. Under cd lib. Under lib you can find a JVM. Under JVM, user lib JVM, you can find a Java installed here. OpenJDK cd Java space hyphen 8 OpenJDK. So under which you can find all the files. You have a bin folder. Under the bin folder you can find all the files. Okay, Java compiler, Java interpreter, all the files will be presented here. So let I create a Java simple Java program and let I we compile and run the Java program. So let me create a class. Let me create a notepad, not a sticky note. Okay. Let I create a Java program, basic Java program. Class sample. I think so. You guys know Java. public static void main string arguments. Okay, system dot out dot println welcome to Java in cloud. Okay, close it. This is a simple Java program. Class Java public static had defined a main method. So just a simple statement which prints welcome to Java. Okay, class. Let I copy this. Copy. Move to my machine. Here I am going to create a file. Okay, sudo vi sample.java. Okay, this is my file. So insert class sample escape colon double q. I think so you guys are aware of Linux. Okay, now I had created a sample.java cat sample.java. Now you have a class a sample.java file. Now I am going to compile it. Sudo java compiler sample.java. It will create a class file. Okay, here comma is expected. So here welcome to Java. Here I need to specify a semicolon. So sudo vi sample.java okay escape colon wq. Sudo javac sample.java. Now a class file has been created. Now sudo sample. Now you can find a welcome message. Oh, sudo java sample. Okay, welcome to Java. So now what I did, I had initially installed Java. Okay, when I installed Java and verified Java installation here. So Java was installed under the following location: user lib jvm. Here what I did, I created a simple file by name sample.java, which just by using sudo vi sample.java, then this file containing main method which displays a welcome to Java. I just compiled by using a Java compiler and I run this and it will display the message. This is the way by which I need to install a language. You can install any language as you like and you can do the needed thing. Is it making sense what I am trying to do?
Yeah, this makes sense, but would it be possible to talk more about security here?
Yeah,
because these and all we
yeah. Now we are going to talk about security. You want more about security? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you got connected with this machine. Now I am going to deny this connection to the machine. How I can deny the connection? Okay, let I now come out of the machine. Exit. Okay, I got to come out of the machine. Now what I am going to do, let I connect again. So to make a connection again, choose the machine, choose the DNS server, copy, use putty, double click putty, disclaimer IP, control V, then click on SS guides, then you go for authentication browse. Now you choose this file, open. Now it got connected. Login as the default username is Ubuntu. Yes, it got connected now. Now how to deny my connection? So now I am going to remove the rule. Okay, this is the machine that I got connected. I am going to remove the rule. So which rule that is associated with this server? Go to the server, choose the server and move down, then you can find the name of the security group under which the security group associated with this will be listed. Move to the security group, click on security group. Here you can find the security group associated with the machine. Okay, these are all multiple machines. Okay, here you can find the Singapore Ubuntu SG. Choose this security group. Singapore Ubuntu SG. Choose the security group. Now there are two rules. One is inbound rule and another one is outbound rule. Okay, what is inbound rule? So who need to be given permission? Here is your machine. So from outside, which thing need to be permitted? This is your Singapore underscore Ubuntu machine that you launched in the Amazon data center. From outside, who need to be connected? That need to be specified in the inbound, that is your incoming connection. You want to specify a rule in the inbound, then according to the rule, the particular request will be allowed or denied. Then you have another rule, outbound rule. So if you want to make a connection from this instance, from the instance that you launched to outside world, to which are all the other network that you can make a connection. Okay, that you need to specify in the outbound rule. By default, the outbound rule permits all connection. The inbound rule, by default, it will permit only SSH connection if it is a Linux, and it will permit RDP connection if it is Windows. These are all the two things. Now what I am going to do, I am going to remove the rule initially assigned by SSH. Okay, go to this rule, choose this inbound rule. Now you can find under inbound rule, you have SSH connection is permitted. Click on edit. I am going to remove the rule. Click the into symbol here. There is no rule. Simply click on save. Now what I did, this particular instance inbound rule doesn't allow anyone. Okay, let I try Singapore server. Go to this DNS, copy. So go to putty, right click, open a new session. Yes, paste the address. Then SSH, authenticate. You want to specify your key, Singapore. Now click on open. This is the first instance I got connected. Okay, here after that what I did, I had removed the rule. Now I am trying to connect, but being there is no port open, now it is knocking at the door of the Ubuntu server. Since there is no port, then I had denied, specifically denied all, then it will throw a connection timed out error. Okay, if I want to make connection again, what I need to do? Once again, I am going to add the rule. So go to this particular security group, click on security group. Now go to the particular security group name. The group name is Singapore Ubuntu security group. Click on this. Under the inbound, you can find the security group has no rule. Let I add a rule by click on edit. Click on edit. And you can find the first I am going to add a rule. Connect using SSH. Click on SSH. Now you can find the rule. I allow to connect with anywhere. Click save. Now I have added the rule. Now let I try to connect with this instance. Okay, now you have the instance. We are having a two church instance. Okay, the first instance which provided connection, the next instance doesn't provide a connection. Now let I create a third instance, new session. I copy under the host name, copy the address. I added the rule now, authentication, browse, sync.ppk, open. Yes, login as Ubuntu. Yes, it got connected. Is it making sense what I did? This is the first instance.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I dropped out the rule. It doesn't make a connection. It doesn't allow me to connect. Laterly I added the rule. This is the way I can make a connection now. Next, I will
So how
show
can
you
we
the
add
other.
the other?
Yeah,
How
I will
can we
show
add
you.
the other users, some other test users?
Which one?
Here, is it we have to add the other users, right? Some test users. Ubuntu is a login is administrator, right?
You can apply the all of the same thing. Sudo use or add command you can work with. So it is a machine. What are all the things that you can do with your physical machine? You can do it. That's all. For
Oh,
that,
okay.
to make you comfortable that what we can do with the physical machine, you also do this. I try to install the Java here. I try to install MySQL. Okay. Now let I do a ping command. So now let I do a ping command. Ping from the machine. I am pinging with this IP address. Now I can get a response here. You can find. You know what is ping command. Okay, you can get a response from the machine. So I am trying to ping from my Windows. From my Windows, let I move to this command prompt of my Windows. Here, from this command prompt, I am trying to use the same ping command. Ping command, right click, paste. What it is showing? I didn't receive any response. Request timeout. So what I am trying to do now here is, so this is the Ubuntu server. This is my Singapore underscore Ubuntu machine. So here by connecting to this prompt, I issue a ping command. This machine's DNS address. Okay, what happened? It will create a empty packet and it will check whether my machine is connected or not. So I am getting a response properly. The machine is connected. I am getting a response properly. But I try to do the same thing. Okay, from my laptop. So from my laptop, in this command prompt, I try to issue this same ping command, this DNS address. Okay, when I try to issue this ping command, so here from my laptop, what happened here? It is not permitting, it doesn't give me any response. It gives me the following response. So request timeout. But my machine is running. You know the use of this ping command. To ping command used to check whether a remotely connected machine is working properly or not. My machine is running here. I am getting a continuous response. When I connect with the machine and I issue a ping command, you can get I am getting a continuous response. But when I try this using my Windows, I am getting a request timeout error. Okay, now what is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is, so here my machine is working, but from my laptop, if I try to issue a ping command, it got connected with the machine. The machine in turn send a response using a protocol called ICMP. You can find the response is sent by a protocol ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay, so the protocol is sending back the response, but the port need to be open. I need to allow the message that is going to be communicated by this ICMP protocol in my security group. Since I didn't allow this in my security group, even though my ICMP protocol from my Singapore Ubuntu server is responding me back from my laptop, I couldn't receive this response. I couldn't receive this response. So now what I need to do, if I want to receive this response from my Singapore Ubuntu, I need to add this rule in my security group. Let I add the rule, additional rule. Go to Sing Ubuntu, click on edit. Click on add rule, choose the rule, all ICMP rule. Okay, you have all ICMP version 4. Click on all ICMP version 4. So from anywhere, save. Now I had added the rule. Now if I go and type the same command, this is the command that I had created. Okay, ping. I am going to invoke the same command. Now I will get a response. Yes? Is it making sense what I am trying to convey? I can get a reply. Okay, this is the way by which you can allow or deny the access according to our requirement. So these are all various ways. How we are secured? So we can provide a security using various ways. First thing what I did, I provided a security using a security group. And after that, second, Amazon created a public private key, and using that it provide authentication for the user, whether the user trying to connect is a legitimate user or not. It authenticated using this public and private key. Okay, so let me do another thing. Let me launch another machine and let me configure this machine as a web server, and I will let you know what to do. Okay, let I go and launch another instance. Okay, let I launch an instance. Let I launch an Amazon instance. Okay, I can review and launch the instance. I am going to make use of a same key. The key is Singapore. So acknowledge, I launch, simple, that's all. Within 3 to 4 seconds, I launch the instance, view instance. Now it is an instance. Click this pencil. Let me make it a Singapore underscore web server. I am going to configure this as a web server. Okay, Singapore underscore web server. Now, what are all the things that you need to do for configuring a web server? You have just created an instance. You are going to make it as a meaningful instance. So what I am going to do, I am going to configure it as a web server. For web server, you need to do two things. One, you need to install the Apache or Tomcat. What are all the things that you need? You need to install. I am going to install the Apache web server, and for that Apache web server, I need a index.html page. This index.html page will display some content. So when I open a URL and paste the address of my web server, the content need to be displayed. I think so you guys are aware of the concept behind web server. Okay. Now. Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Now this is the Singapore web server. Choose this DNS, right click, copy. So let I check it whether it is working now. If you simply create a new URL and copy the address of my web server, being this just what I did here, I had just now created a machine and yet to configure my web server. Just I created a machine with Amazon Linux, so it is not showing anything. I am going to configure this as a web server. How I can going to configure this as a web server? So let I close all other things. This is my Windows. This is my previous. Okay, now let I connect with this web server. Okay, choose the public DNS, right click, copy, connect using putty, double click putty, run. Here under host name paste, SSH authenticate, browse. So I didn't create a new key. You just censor here. I am going to make use of the same key, Singapore.ppk key that initially I had created. Yes. Now my default username is EC2-user. For my Amazon Linux, EC2-user. It is authenticating. Now it got connected. Okay. This is my Amazon Linux. Let I make it change settings, appearance, font, bold. Now, so I am going to add this website. You can find I opened a browser with this following. It is not showing anything. Why so? Because just I created a machine. That's all. Now I am going to configure a web server. Okay. So let I first make an update. Sudo yum update. Yes. So if it is a Linux, I need to make an update of the dependency patches and repositories. It is making an update. After that, sudo yum install. Before that, let me check sudo service name httpd status. So here the service is unrecognized service, and so far just created Amazon Linux without configuring Apache. Now I am going to configure Apache. Sudo yum install httpd. It is installing Apache server. Yes, now if I check the status, sudo service httpd status, now you can find httpd is stopped. Initially when I checked the status, what happened? So when I check the status, it shows that httpd is not a recognized services. Okay, now you can find a sudo service after installing httpd. Now you can find httpd is stopped. Now I start the service. Sudo service name start. I am starting this. Now you can check the status, service status. Now HTTP is running. What I did, I configured a web server. Okay, I configured a Apache web server. Next, I am going to specify a index.html file, simple HTML file. Okay, let I create HTML file, HTML body bg color equals blue. Let me make it as blue. Okay, header 1, web server 1. Okay, so let me make it a close the tag, header tag, close the body tag, a simple web page, that's all. And let I close the HTML. So this is the copy. I need to create an index.html file. Okay, so under this web server, so under where you can find www. Okay, under move to this www. Under www you can find HTML, cd HTML, under which you want to create a index.html. Sudo index dot, this is the default location where you need to give index.html. Sorry, sudo, you want to use vi index.html. Insert, you simply create a web server, that's all. Okay, it displays a web server 1. Yes, now let I check here. Now I am refreshing the page. I had, now what I did initially, what I did, so I had created a first step 1. I had created a Amazon Linux machine and pasted this URL in a web browser. Okay, it doesn't display anything. Second, I installed Apache and I had started the service, started Apache, and laterly I have created a index.html file. So now the machine is configured with the web server. Okay, once again I refresh the same URL in my web browser. Then here it is not showing any services. The page isn't working. If I try to reload, it shows it is not working. What is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is, okay, so here my web server is ready. It got all the services. It has Apache installed. It got index.html. But what I need, if this is my laptop. From my laptop, so I open a browser and I typed this web server's URL. But being in this security group, so under which port the web server will be listening? Web server will be listening under the port. The protocol is HTTP. In my security group, I didn't open the port. So when a request comes from my laptop for the particular port number HTTP 80, then being the security group is denying this, my web server is not displaying. So what I am going to do now, I am going to add the rule, that's all. In my security group, if I add the rule, okay, go to this Singapore web server. Check, look for the security group. My security group is launch wizard. So click on view inbound rules. The inbound rule allows only 82. Go to this launch wizard. Okay, so here this is my launch wizard 21. Go to inbound rule. Simply click on edit, add a rule. Click here, add this HTTP. Where is HTTP? Yeah, you have HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, from anywhere. Okay, once you simply added the rule, save the rule, now you can find the web server. Once I refresh, the web server is displaying. Is it making sense? This is the way by which I can secure my instance. By allowing the rule or denying the rule, I can play with this instance, how to allow and how to deny by using the security group. If I simply remove the rule, go on, click edit. If I simply remove this HTTP, save. Once again, go to this, refresh. It won't display anything. If you open, EC2 management, go to instance, choose this instance, open, copy, open a new tab, paste. Now it throws you error. Being it is in cache memory, already it is in cache memory, okay, it is displaying. Now it won't display. Why is it? Because I have denied the rule. This is the initially created rule. Once I remove the rule, it won't display anything. Yes, it is making sense. If I want to make it display, go to this security group. The security group is launch wizard 21. Click on this security group where it is launch wizard 21. Yeah, you have this launch wizard 21. Go to edit, add the rule, add HTTP, click on HTTP. Okay, so now save. The rule is added. Now you can find web server 1 is displaying. Is it making sense? This is the way by
Yes,
which. Yes, if you do have any.
then we can. If I can also you open the URL from my computer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not only specific machine. It's open for public, right?
Yeah, I will share this to try. To try it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm able to open.
Yeah, this is the way by which we can play with Amazon. Yes. Do you have any questions? What we did today? So we have started our discussion on creating what are all the sequence of steps. Just recall what we did. We have started our discussion on what are all the sequence of steps. That is the 9 steps that we have followed while launching an instance, under which we have discussed two things more specifically. One, what is security group? Under security group, how to add and how to remove rules to allow or delay the traffic. The second thing what we have discussed here is we have discussed about these key pairs, how Amazon generate key, then how you can make a conversion of this key from PM format into this PPK format, and how to make a connection with your instance using PuTTY and PuTTYgen, and where to get this PuTTY and PuTTYgen, and how to convert this key. After that we did how to install a particular language. Here we have installed Java and we have played with a small program, and laterly we have configured a web server, and by allowing or denying rules, I open a URL to display the web server, and laterly by using a ping command, we have demonstrated how to add a rule of ICMP protocol. Okay, so these are all the things that is associated with our today's discussion. So here we will be having another one class on coming Saturday that deals with how to launch Windows and how to create a EBS volume, how to make use of S3. With that, our discussion on this Amazon will be over. And after that, we will be dealing with to make you more live. I will let you know after that, after discussion of those Windows server and all those things, I will let you know how to configure a real-time elastic load balancer, how to configure elastic load balancer, and how you can achieve the load balancing across these two servers. These are all the things that is planned for next Saturday. Then from the Sunday, we are starting with our DevOps Git. We will be installing Git we will be launching an instance in cloud. We will be installing Git here, and we will be working with the Git associated commands. That's the agenda for coming Saturday and Sunday session. Before winding up today's session, do you have any doubt? Please let me know. Kindly go through what we have discussed for so far for 5 minutes.
Okay, Raman.
Yeah. Yes.
Raman.